You're hanging upside down in a cave in Central America, and congratulations. You've just been born as one of nature's most despised creatures. Not a lion, not an eagle, not even a regular fruit bat that gets to munch on mangoes all day. No, you're a vampire bat, and your entire existence revolves around one thing that makes every other animal on the planet want to kill you on sight. Blood, sweet, warm, life-giving blood that you need to survive, and everyone else thinks you're a flying demon for wanting it. Your mother doesn't even get to enjoy a normal pregnancy. While other bats gestate for a reasonable 2 months, vampire bat mothers carry their young for 7 agonizing months. That's longer than most large mammals. Also, you can be born with razor-sharp teeth and an insatiable hunger for the red stuff. Your first meal isn't milk like civilized mammals. It's blood your mother regurgitates directly into your mouth, a liquid dinner that would make grown humans faint just thinking about it. By 3 months old, you're learning the family trade. Your parents don't teach you to catch insects or gather fruit like respectable bats. They're showing you how to identify the perfect victim, how to land silently on a sleeping cow or horse, and most importantly, how to bite without waking your dinner. Your teeth aren't just sharp, they're surgical instruments designed for one purpose. 2 razor-edged incisors that can slice through skin cleaner than any scalpel, creating the perfect wound that bleeds freely but doesn't kill. But here's where your nightmare really begins. You can't just bite and drink like some horror movie monster. Your saliva contains anticoagulants that keep blood flowing, but here's the catch. You need exactly 30 milliliters of blood every night to survive. Miss a meal and you're dead within 3 days. No exceptions, no backup plan, no eating berries when times get tough. Blood or death, those are your only options. Your social life is a disaster before it even starts. Every other creature on the planet sees you as a disease-carrying parasite. Cattle stomp at the sound of your wings, horses thrash when they catch your scent. Even other bats avoid you like you're cursed. You're not just hunting for food, you're fighting a war against every potential meal that wants you dead. Finding victims becomes a military operation. You can't just pick any animal. They need to be sleeping, preferably alone, and positioned so you can escape quickly when they inevitably wake up angry. Your heat sensors guide you to blood vessels close to the skin, but landing is like defusing a bomb. One wrong move, one sound too loud, and a 1,000-pound horse is trying to crush you with hooves the size of dinner plates. When you do manage to feed, the real torture starts. You're not gracefully sipping blood like some aristocratic vampire from a movie. You're lapping it up with your tongue while your victim's immune system goes haywire trying to stop the bleeding your saliva prevents. The animal's body heat makes you dizzy. The taste of iron fills your mouth until you're nearly sick, and you have to drink so much that you literally can't fly afterward. That's right, after feeding, you're too heavy to take off. You have to crawl away from your victim like a bloated tick, hiding until your kidneys process enough liquid to make flight possible again. During those vulnerable hours, you're basically a sitting target for any predator that finds you. Your own biological success makes you defenseless. The worst part isn't the hunting or the danger or even the universal hatred. It's the math. 30 milliliters every single night for the rest of your life. Miss one feeding and the 3-day countdown to death begins. Your entire existence becomes a desperate cycle of hunt, feed, hide, repeat. No vacations, no sick days, no margin for error. Your family life makes dysfunctional look like a compliment. While other bat species huddle together for warmth and protection, vampire bats live in a constant state of paranoia and competition. Your roost isn't a cozy family gathering, it's a desperate commune of blood junkies all fighting for the same limited resources. Every night, you watch other bats return from failed hunts, their bodies already starting to waste away from starvation. The social politics are brutal. If you fail to feed for even one night, you better hope another bat takes pity on you and regurgitates some of their blood meal. But this isn't charity, it's a blood bank with interest rates that would make loan sharks blush. Miss too many meals, and the colony writes you off as dead weight. They'll literally push you out of the roost to die alone rather than waste resources on a failing hunter. Your reproductive future is a horror show of biological timing. Female vampire bats can only have one pup per year, and pregnancy means feeding for two, while your body becomes slower and more vulnerable. Males fight viciously for mating rights, but winning means taking on the responsibility of potentially feeding a pregnant mate who can't hunt effectively. Love isn't romance, it's a survival contract written in blood. Disease turns you into a flying biological weapon whether you want to be or not. Your mouth is a petri dish of pathogens picked up from every animal you've bitten. Rabies, bacterial infections, parasites, you're carrying them all and spreading them with every feeding. Farmers don't just hate you because you steal blood, they despise you because you're literally killing their livestock with every bite. Your very existence is a plague on anything with warm blood. Weather becomes your mortal enemy in ways other bats never experience. Rain means no hunting because you can't detect heat signatures through water. Cold snaps slow your metabolism, but you still need the same amount of blood while your victims huddle indoors where you can't reach them. Drought drives animals away from your territory, leaving you with longer, more dangerous flights to find food. Every season brings new ways for nature to stack the odds against your survival. Your hunting grounds shrink every year as humans expand their territory. Farms install better lighting, build enclosed shelters, and employ guard dogs specifically trained to kill bats. Wild animals migrate away from areas where vampire bats are known to hunt. Your grandfather's generation fed on vast herds of cattle and wild horses. You're competing with hundreds of other vampire bats for access to a few scattered farm animals, protected by increasingly sophisticated defenses. The psychological toll breaks bats faster than starvation. You spend every day knowing that tonight might be the night you fail to find food and begin your 3-day death sentence. The constant stress of hunting, the universal hatred from every other living creature, the knowledge that you're despised even by your own kind when you become a burden. Mental illness doesn't exist in the animal kingdom, but if it did, vampire bats would have the highest rates of depression and anxiety disorders on the planet. Your lifespan might reach 20 years if you're incredibly lucky, but most vampire bats die within 5. Starvation, predation, disease, human extermination campaigns, the list of ways you can die grows longer every night. You're not just fighting to live, you're fighting against a world specifically designed to kill creatures like you. Every sunrise you survive is a victory against impossible odds. But tomorrow the deadly game starts all over again. Odds, but tomorrow the deadly game starts all over again. So there you have it. You've won the biological lottery in reverse, cursed from birth to live as nature's most hated creature. Every night is a gamble with death. Every meal a battle against a world that wants you extinct. You're not just a vampire bat, you're a living nightmare trapped in a 3-day countdown that resets only when you successfully terrorize another sleeping animal. Your entire species exists on the knife's edge between survival and extinction, despised by everything with a pulse and barely tolerated by your own kind. While other animals get to enjoy the simple pleasures of sunlight, companionship, and varied diets, you're stuck in an endless cycle of hunt, feed, hide, repeat until the day you inevitably fail and become just another forgotten corpse in a cave. Being born a vampire bat isn't just unlucky, it's a biological prison sentence with no possibility of parole. Sweet dreams, blood drinker. Tomorrow night's hunt is already calling your name,